Hey everybody, we have another awesome experiment from May. This one is a comparison between Jamila and Rajasthani Henna, and I'm going to go ahead and read the details of the experiment to you. For this test, I used Jamila 2009 Body Art Quality and Rajasthani 2009 Body Art Quality. My Jamila I got in August last year, and since that it was kept in the freezer, so I think both of them are equally fresh. Both powders look slightly different, and the color of the paste wasn't the same. But I didn't take photos of that because I didn't think it was that important when choosing henna. The smell of Jamila and Raj are different as well. When mixing henna powder with lemon juice, I noticed that Jamila absorbs about a quarter more liquid than Rajasthani, and it means it's more economical. Then both henna pastes were left for 12 hours of dye release, and I added cajeput essential oil and left for another 12 hours. This time I didn't add any sugar. And in the first picture, you can see how much henna you can get on a matchstick. Nothing important, but I find it interesting. In the second picture, there are henna cones. One cone with Jamila, one with Rajasthani, and one with a mixture of Rajasthani and Jamila. Next thing I did is tested different shapes. Rajasthani henna is naturally so stringy. In the third picture, you can see a simple straight line. Rajasthani henna's line has one break, but with a little more effort, it's easy to do a line without breaks. Jamila's line has 4 and a half breaks. With little more effort, I could do it with only 2. If I get lucky, then only 1 break, but with Jamila without sugars, we'll have some breaks. Rajasthani and Jamila lines have no breaks, thanks to Rajasthani. I have tried out Rajasthani before, this with sugar and without. With sugar, it's so stringy that I couldn't even break the line. It was difficult to draw with. Without sugar, Raj doesn't stick very well on the skin. It's the opposite for Jamila that sticks to the skin even too good, and it's difficult to remove. There are a few more pictures with different shapes. Jamila, Rajasthani, and a mixture of Rajasthani and Jamila doesn't show much visual difference between them. You can feel the difference when working with them. In my opinion, Jamila's paste is a little easier to squeeze out than Rajasthani's henna. It seems like Rajasthani henna is a little harder than Jamila's. And finally about the stain. In the last picture, there are 3 spots of Jamila, Rajasthani, and a mixture of Rajasthani and Jamila. Rajasthani's isn't as dark as Jamila's, but not significantly. Rajasthani Jamila mix is as dark as Jamila. Since I have previous experience with Jamila and Rajasthani henna, I have noticed that the stain of Rajasthani lasts longer and fades more equitably than the stain of Jamila. Looks like the one henna powder isn't enough for real henna junkies. Thank you so much, May, for sending this experiment in. I had to read it a couple of times myself to really get a feel for what was going on in the experiment, but essentially she compared 2 henna powders and then she mixed them together to make a combination paste and explained to us exactly how it worked out for her. I thank you so much for sharing this experiment with us. I thought it was a lot of fun. I've been working with mixing powders myself and trying to get the benefits of each powder and to make the best paste. And Rajasthani and Jamila seems like a really, really good match. And for those of you who didn't understand when I said sometimes Raj and sometimes I said Rajasthani, I'm talking about the same thing. And I may have said Raj Jamila instead of Rajasthani and Jamila. When I mentioned that, I was talking about the combination mix. So thank you so much for listening to this experiment and looking at the pictures. And again, May, thank you so much for sharing this experiment with us. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And may we look forward to more henna experiments from you. Bye-bye.